Hai guys, jadi malam ini aku udah janjian sama temenku namanya Nicole. Kita bakalan video call. Jadi Nicole ini revert ke agama Islam pas dia umur 19 tahun. Aku ngeliat di video TikToknya dia, menginspirasi banget. Aku kontak dia dari Instagram beberapa hari lalu dan kita sempet chat-chatan juga. Dia orangnya asik banget, jadi aku mau video call nih sama dia, mau nanya-nanya tentang journey dia sebelum dia masuk Islam dan gimana pendapat dia setelah dia masuk Islam. Dia stay di Denmark by the way. Antara Indonesia sama Denmark itu 5 jam. Sekarang kita video call yuk. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Oh my god, you're so pretty, Masya Allah.
Oh, you too. Thank you. You're so cute.
By the way, since yesterday we've been chatting on Instagram DM, and I noticed that you stayed in Denmark. Where are you at right now?
I'm in my aunt's house. I live here.
Ah, okay. We finally get to do the video call, so
Yes.
yeah, so I have like a camera set right beside of me. We're gonna like do a little storytelling, like how is your journey reverting to Islam? I really
Yes.
just want to know much about it. Can you explain about who is Nicole? Like, say, introduce yourself to the viewers, maybe?
Yes, I can. Wait, I think I'm gonna put you here instead of the mic.
Sure.
My name is Nicole, and I'm 21.
What?
I reverted to Islam almost 4 years ago now.
Ah,
It's been a crazy road. Everything happened so fast. I think it's scary, actually.
I understand that.
I think I started learning about Islam when I was like maybe 15, I think, through friends and like school. But I don't remember the teacher ever telling about Islam, ever talking about it. It's mostly about like Christians and stuff.
So first, I want to know about how is your life before you reverted to Islam?
My life before, it was very crazy. I think for the first time, astaghfirullah, smoked a cigarette and smoked weed when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
I used to go to parties and drink a lot of alcohol and generally just doing stuff that I shouldn't do at a very young age. Both of my parents, like at that time when I was like 12, 13 years old, I lived with my mom who was very loose. She didn't really care what we were doing. There wasn't much protection at all. And my dad, he wasn't in the picture at that time. So the fact that I needed something to hold on to when I was younger, I needed the rules you have in Islam, and I needed the fact that, okay, this life is literally nothing but a test. So I would also say that like I probably did believe in Islam way before I knew that it was Islam that I believed in.
I think that is one of a miracle. That is very, yeah, that is truly a miracle. Like, out of nowhere, you just got the thought of like, I need to know more about Islam. So how is it? How was your first reaction when you know about Islam?
That was probably when I was like, the 15, 16 years, 15 I think I was when I started gaining friends who were Muslim.
Oh, okay.
And then I started to see like the most important part is that non-Muslims, they don't read the Quran, they don't read the Hadith, anything. They just read how us Muslims, we react to certain things. So I remember this one episode where I was out with my friend who was wearing hijab. I've always thought the hijab was so beautiful. Like I can't explain it, but it's a feeling of home for me, I think. So I was with this friend, she was wearing hijab, and I remember this one man on a bike, he was like screaming at her to take it off. And I remember that my feeling, I instinctively got so mad and I felt like I had to protect her. So I was just turning around and be like, what did you say to her? And my friend, she grabbed me by my arm and she was like, no, this doesn't matter. He doesn't need my energy nor my time. And that is when I like realized, okay, I want to learn more about how the Muslims, they react to things, how you're supposed to behave out in front of people and how you're supposed to like act.
How do you decide your final step to revert to Islam?
I was at the time when I started to learn about Islam, I lived with my dad. I remember going to the masjid to like say the shahada and to revert. And literally nobody knew.
So your family doesn't know about this?
Not at that point. They do know now, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But at that point, nobody knew.
Why didn't you tell them?
I think first of all, I was afraid of their reaction. I knew that especially my dad, he would get very mad. So I didn't tell him. I remember he was like mocking. I think he maybe kind of had a feeling that I had reverted, and he was like mocking how Muslims pray. I didn't really understand what he was doing at that point, at that time, but I feel like now I think he was kind of mocking it. And I turned 18, I rented an apartment 300 kilometers away from him and from my family.
How was his reaction like when he knew that you were reverting to Islam, like officially?
Yes, I had got a job 2 months after reverting, I think. And I got fired because I took the hijab on. So my dad, he called me and he was like, so how is it going with your new job? And I was like sitting there. So I got fired. And then he was like, what? Why? And then I told him like, because I am wearing hijab now. And he was like, oh no, you just didn't do that. And then he hung up the phone and I didn't speak to him for about a year, I think.
Is it a normal thing in Denmark that whenever you use hijab, then you got fired at a job or?
I have never in my, I've worked since I was, I think, 14. I have never in my life had any trouble finding a job. I have always gotten a job if I have like applied for it. But I remember after that incident, I had to like apply for new jobs. So when I was applying, I think 50 or 60 times, and none of them responded. None of them called me anything. And I was, of course, sending a picture with me wearing hijab.
He was mad to you. But how about your mom?
There was nothing about my mom, but I remember she just texting me, oh my God, I'm so happy for you, and you look stunning in hijab, and like, she just really supported me since day one. She started posting pictures on me on her Facebook with the hijab and be like, oh, this is my beautiful daughter, and stuff like that, right?
Cute. That's so adorable.
Yeah, that was so cute.
But there's a lot of people that when they revert, they feel like, no, I'm not feeling it. I regret it. You never felt that kind of way before?
Never in my life. Never regretted doing it. This is the thing that I have been most certain about in my whole life.
What's your TikTok account again, Nicole?
Nicole the Revert, I think.
Okay, kalian bisa cek ya Nicole the Revert, karena aku lihat juga banyak banget konten-konten TikToknya yang very interesting tentang reverting proses gitu. Jadi kayak nunjukin gimana prosesnya dia. I think the viewers are also going to be very motivated hearing this.
I hope so.
Nicole.
Thank you.
Alright, keep on sharing positive things. Bye-bye Nicole. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Guys, tadi kita udah selesai video call-nya sama Nicole, dan menurut aku ceritanya very inspiring. Kalian bisa banyak belajar dari ceritanya dia, karena aku sendiri juga motivated banget. As a Muslim sendiri, aku juga ngerasa kalau Islam is very helping us with inner peace. Jadi inner peace kita itu kebangun saat kita baca Quran, salat. Aku ngerasa kayak ya Allah, ngebantu banget ke personality aku juga. Dan ternyata Nicole juga ngerasain hal yang sama saat dia masuk Islam. Dia langsung ngerasain semuanya berbeda, dari karakternya dia, dari hal-hal di sekitar dia. Dia juga langsung ngerasain inner peace yang berbeda. I think you guys can totally learn from her. Dan journey-nya dia ini menurut aku beda banget dari journey-journey orang yang biasanya reverting to Islam. Hopefully video ini bisa membantu. Dan kalau teman-teman punya saran, next aku communicate sama siapa lagi yang kalian penasaran tentang revert story-nya, bisa banget komen di bawah, karena aku insya Allah bakalan bikin lebih banyak lagi video tentang ini. So you guys can comment right down below. Maybe I'll see you guys in the next video. Semoga ini membantu. Insya Allah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.